Ooga fucking Ooga, cunts, it's Schmeckle. Now Schmeckle, you might be asking, why the fuck does your audio sound like shit again, you motherfucker? You were so good in the last fucking video, what the fuck happened, you dumb fucking cunt? And the answer to that is, it's a rare, nice night in Canada, and I'm drunk. And so I'm enjoying some time outside while it's above zero, so fuck off, cunts. Anyway, it's time for another Hooch Time with Schmeckle and the Tumblr Warriors. Tonight's topic is transphobia, so strap in or strap on and fucking enjoy. Roll the shit! Alright, so let's dive in once again and see what the fuck we find in this fucking cesspool where intelligence goes to die. Jesus fucking Christ. You cunts realize I don't get paid for this, right? This is just flat out masochism. Here we are. Radical Menace says,
still wrapping my head around the fact that there are people out there who feel left out because they're not included in the list of people who are subject to sexual assault. Women make signs that say, pussy grabs back, and people have the gall to call us cis-sexist and transphobic because they want to be sexually assaulted. They feel left out because they aren't in the group of people that Donald Trump says he would grab by the pussy. Why the fuck would you attempt to opt into being sexually assaulted? This is so fucked up. I'm so done.
And see, this seems reasonable to me. It seems pathetic to opt into being oppressed. And I know what this person is trying to say. They're trying to make the point that to reach for those oppression points is pathetic. But they're doing so while being the type of person who reaches for those oppression points. They're simply complaining about the fact that other groups are reaching for the same oppression points. And doesn't that kind of go against the whole intersectional idea of modern feminism? I'm not saying that all feminists are intersectional, but if you're gonna be one of the pathetic, outdated, whining... What's a word that means cunts? Cunts. Oh, cunts! If you're gonna be one of the outdated, whining cunts, then at least do it fully. Do it properly. If you're gonna embarrass yourself, fully embarrass yourself. Jesus fucking Christ, you call yourself radical. Fuck. FlyX Flies says,
the did you just assume my gender joke is the reason I literally am unable to correct people on my pronouns without fearing that they'll laugh at me and not take me seriously.
Well, cunt, unfortunately, you don't have regular normal people to blame for that. You have regular normal people who pretend to be transgender to blame for that. I could point you towards Riley J. Dennis, Milo Stewart, and many others who are similar. Those are the people you should be blaming, cunt, not your average guy. Real Trans Facts says,
fact number 555. Trans people shouldn't have to wait for months or years to get the medical treatment that we need, just so that a bunch of cis doctors can be sure that we are really trans.
I agree with this. If we're talking about adults, if we're talking about children having to wait until they reach a proper mature age where they can fully grasp and understand the reality of the decision that they're making, then I disagree with you entirely. They should have to wait months or years until they reach that age where they can make the decision. But I will give you the benefit of the doubt and assume that you were talking about, adults. And in that case, no. They shouldn't have to wait for doctors to decide whether or not they're certain. If it's a decision an adult in a proper state of mind has made, then that's their decision. Next! Smoking break, taking a smoking break. Forget these fucking retards for a moment and get baked. These motherfucking morons. Meme-stealing asexual says,
Can cis people shut up about which gender and pronouns, etc. are valid? Your opinion from the point of view of both inexperience and privilege is meaningless. You can graduate a course on gender and your opinion is still going to be meaningless. You have nothing of essence to contribute to this discussion. Nothing! Zero! Zilch! You want to be a good trans ally? Trademark. Then shut up and support us instead of deciding for us.
And see, your issue here, meme-stealing asexual, is that you seem to think that an inability to see and understand your world is an inability to see and understand the world. And I am the first to admit that we as humans understand very, very, very little of what there is to understand about the world. But science does have its points. Science does have its virtues. Science knows some shit. And even though I cannot live in your shoes and see the world from your point of view, I can look at and see what men and women much more intelligent than you or I have seen. And what they've seen is that some of your fucking pronouns don't line up. You're wrong, cunt. It's as simple as that. Shit. I can't count how many drinks I've had tonight, and still it's obvious to me that you're wrong, cunt. Can we go to the next one? NBV says,
If you intentionally misgender someone, then you're a piece of garbage. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're scum.
And NBV, I think you're taking it a little far, but I do agree with the core statement here. It's a very, very shitty thing to do, to intentionally misgender somebody who is actually transgender. It's entirely different if that person is one of those fucking cunts who has no intention of ever transitioning, but just likes the idea of wearing the skin of somebody who actually has gender dysphoria, who actually has a serious mental disconnect between their body and their mind. Because these people face an actual issue. These people are, to some degree, actually oppressed. But you guys would wear it as a skin that you could appropriate, for lack of a better word, to gain attention for yourselves. And I hate to sidetrack here, but that's the issue I have with people who complain about appropriation. Or one of the many issues that I have with people who complain about appropriation. It is absolutely fucking sinful in their minds to say, dress as a Native American. Yet they will fully support people who entirely steal legitimacy from people who are actually currently, to some degree, oppressed. The child wearing the distasteful Halloween costume is a symbol of racism, but cunts like you, I assume you may actually be trans, but cunts like the people that I was just speaking about, whether or not you're included in that group, are seen as basically heroes. Jesus fucking Christ. KittyCat8311 says,
Being gay doesn't give you a free pass to be a racist, misogynistic, or transphobic.
That's a good point. I like that. I think from now on, I'll try and feature at least one good point in each video. KittyCat8311, you got to be the first. Congratulations, cunt. Real Trans Facts was asked an anonymous question.
If not dysphoria, then what lies at the crux of being transgender?
And they responded,
The crux of being trans is to lack a gender or to have a gender that doesn't perfectly align with the gender you were assigned at birth. That's it. That's all. A lot of trans people are dysphoric, but not all of us. And dysphoria is not what defines the transness of those of us who are dysphoric either. Transness is not defined solely by suffering and negative feelings. It is frankly outright transphobic to claim that it is.
I agree with you entirely. It is outright transphobic to claim that transness is defined by suffering and negative feelings. It is not, however, transphobic to say that transness is defined by a desire to transition to the other gender, because that's where the word comes from. it might be wise for you to seek out a different term. I've heard a lot of people throwing around the word transgender for those who merely have an issue with gender roles, not with their actual body and a need to transition, like transgender people have. Maybe you should look into that. I'd provide links if this wasn't a drunken Hooch Time video. Next! Taking another smoke break. Gotta smoke a bit because Tumblr is so fucking tedious and tiring and it fucking hurts my brain. I won't be using this one. X Kelly Bell says,
I feel like we should end usage of the term TERF. Feminists who exclude certain women from their feminism are not feminist. They're just transphobes and they're sexist. You can't be sexist and...
You can't be sexist. I'm sorry, cunts. I only picked this one because of this line.
You can't be You can't be sexist and a feminist. I suggest the term TBPOS, or transphobic bigoted piece of shit. Thoughts?
No, I agree. I agree. Feminists who are against transsexual people are pieces of shit, and also the other feminists. But you can't be sexist and a feminist. Oh, Tumblr. And finally, Golden Native, or Colden Native, it's a Q instead of a G, says,
Stop putting small pink vaginas on your art/signs/posts about feminism. Not all women have vaginas. Not all vaginas are small and pink. Not all people with vaginas are women.
Actually, they said woman. All women do have vaginas, Golden Native. All people with vaginas are women, Golden Native. But you're right, not all vaginas are small and pink. Some are large and loose and flappy and pink. Some are small and tight and a dark brown color. Some are Chinese color and of varying... what do you call it? Textures. Jesus fucking Christ, cunt. I don't think you and I can be friends. I'm glad you're the last one of the night, because you've disappointed me more than any of the rest. I will hold you in my heart as the worst Tumblrite that I've ever encountered until the next one that I see, because my memory isn't great. And that's fucking it, cunts. I'm gonna end the fucking video here. First off, because it started to fucking rain. But more importantly, first off, because these cunts fucking annoy me. And I know they fucking annoy you. And even though I hate you disgusting, pathetic cunts with every bit of hatred that I can fit into my 500-something pound body, it's my job to entertain you. And I can't keep giving you this bullshit if I want you to keep coming back. What the fuck am I kidding? You guys will keep coming back as long as I fucking tell you to keep coming back. So remember to check out the fucking Cunt Stream channel, run by me, Wrath of Controversy, and Samaj Zed. And that's fucking it! Now fuck off!